Let me take a sip. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be showing you my comprehensive Notion dashboard that I created to help you not only prioritize your mental health, but this is perfect for ambitious professionals who are constantly juggling a million things, feeling overwhelmed, having difficulty prioritizing their personal life and their mental health alongside with their work and their professional goals. This is something that I have been testing out personally myself for the past 3 months because I wanted to ensure that it was something that I would actually use myself, something that I could design that would be beneficial for individuals who are not only ambitious professionals, but are struggling with stress, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed with all of their responsibilities. So I'm excited to dive in and show you more about it. So first, as we look at this, some of this references a training that I did in my membership community. It is the Cultivate a Calm Year workshop. And in that workshop, I guided my members through identifying their word of the year, their core guiding values. And this is a great step to take to help you to identify what is your focus, especially when you're in a place of overwhelm, especially if you have trouble with saying no. It can be super valuable to identify what your values are and what is this intention that you want to follow through the year, because that can be an excellent filter if you're putting a lot on your plate and struggling with deciding what to say yes or what to say no to. This is an excellent set of kind of criteria to help you distinguish that. So I have a space for you to put that in here. Then these are synced areas, meaning if you update them here, if you update them in the according pages, then it's going to update in both spaces at once. So I have, and I'll be showing you in a little bit, I have a space for affirmations. I have a space for coping skills. So this is something that you can customize. The entire thing you can customize for yourself. But this kind of top area, I want to be as a dashboard where you can at a glance see what is my word for the year? What are my values? What are my ways that I can take care of myself and cope with stress and anxiety as it comes up? What is my affirmation, my positive reminder that I want for myself? And then what are my career and my personal goals? This is not to overwhelm you, but this is actually to help you to focus, because it can be beneficial when you are feeling scattered, when you are trying to do all the things, as I know many high achievers want to do, to bring that focus back to what is the most important for me in this moment. So I have here, and this is automatically populating for you each month. So this is going to be this month's goals at a glance. I will show you further down. That is basically the hub where you're inputting all of your information. So I have some example goals here. Maybe it's get a promotion, stick to my working hours. For career goals, for personal goals, maybe it's meditating 5 times a week, taking time off. And there are different criteria here. So the status, whether it's going to be not started, in progress, or once you go to done, it actually takes it off of here so that you're not seeing it. It's not going to disappear. There will still be a spot for you to access your completed goals. And you can also identify the priority. So it's going to automatically sort your goals based on the due date and based on the priority that they have so that you can see them from high to low. So then we have a section here for things to remember. So if you're somebody who has a lot of ideas, has a lot of thoughts coming up, things that come into your mind and you may have forgotten or wanted to remember, this is where those things are going to show. And I'm going to show you how they populate here, but there's a checkbox that you mark. Let's say if you're doing a brain dump and you want to remember this, then it will show up in this things to remember section. This is this at a glance top section. These are all the important things for you to look at when maybe you start your day or end your day, or when you're checking in with how things are going. And then this section, the Calm Hub, this is the bulk of everything. This is where all of the main data lives. This is where you're going to input your things. This is where things like journaling and coping skills and meditation practices live. So I'm going to walk you through each section to give you an idea of what is included here. So if we start with journaling, When you go in here, you'll see spaces for journal entries, and I've put some sample entries here. So this is basically just an idea of what that would look like, but there are templates for each of these types of journal entries. So what you can do when you are starting to add a new entry, you can go in and choose, okay, what's my mood right now? Maybe I'm feeling excited. You can choose today's date. And then when you click open here, it gives you the option for these different templates. So you basically just choose the template that you want to do, and it will help you to work through it. It will show up questions for you. So let's say we want to clear the overwhelm. We click on that, and then you are going to follow through each of these prompts one by one to help you clear the overwhelm. And you can change the name. Maybe it's feeling overwhelmed about project that you have going on, and that's going to update here. So then you can see all of your journal entries at a glance. I'm just going to delete that one, but that is where you will journal and work through your emotions, get out what's on your mind, and help you to crush self-doubt and also cultivate gratitude. So if we go back to the main screen, we have our Calm Hub, then we have our career goals. So in career goals, I love this layout here because it's kind of in a way like a vision board. If you've ever created a vision board, that's something that I've done before and I love doing. It helps you get a visual of what are my goals, what am I working towards, and Notion allows you to add in an image that basically goes according to what you choose and what you want to see. It could even be an image you upload so that it becomes more personalized to you so you can get a sense of your goals. I said before, when you complete a goal, it's going to disappear from here. But if you go to completed goals, you can always go here and see the goals that you've accomplished. But if we go into, and let's say we want to make a new goal, you can hit new, and then you can choose the template for your goal. So you're going to click on career goal. And so there are auto-populated sections. An excellent place to start when you're setting a goal is identifying your why. So why is this goal important to you? What will this goal help you create more or less of in your life? And how will you feel when you have accomplished this goal? This can be your guidepost for when you are working toward this goal to give you that reminder, to give you that motivation. Then you can put here your action steps. Just start typing step one, step two, and kind of work your way down. And then once you've completed your goal, before you mark that as status complete, you can come in here and then celebrate it. It is so important, especially as somebody who is ambitious and is often on to the next thing before they finish the first one. It's so important to celebrate your goals and your progress because that helps you to recognize all that you've accomplished and to focus on what's already going well. So you can reflect on how does it feel? What words can you say to congratulate yourself? How would you like to celebrate? And so you have different options here. The due date. So again, in that front page, when you select the due date as this month, it's going to populate in that front page. You can set the priority, high, medium, or low, and then you can choose the status once you've started working on it. So that, and I also forgot, if you want an image to show up, you just click on add cover, okay? And you click change cover. So you can upload a personal photo for yourself, or you can use Unsplash, which is a stock photo library. So let's say your goal, let's say a career goal would be to, for me, it's writing a book. So you would choose book, you choose a nice image that gives you some inspiration, and then that image shows up here at a glance when you're looking at your goals. I'm going to delete that one for now. But let's go now back to the Calm Hub. When you go to personal goals, it is exactly the same. It's just that, of course, these are going to be your personal goals. So you're going to add a goal the same way. You're going to complete the same steps. I have an example here of meditation linking to our mindfulness page that we're going to check out in a little bit. So now let's look at daily routines. This is a simple space where you can just identify what are your daily routines and you can customize this. I put an example of what might be a morning routine, an afternoon routine, and an evening routine. And this can be just something that's simple to refer to help you to be consistent with your routine. Of course, you don't have to be perfect with it every single day. This is more of a guideline. And so you can customize this for you. And this is your way to take care of your mental and emotional health. So now if we go to monthly review. So I think that it can be really valuable to do a review of how things went for you the previous month, to plan for the month ahead, to get a sense of what's going well, what could you improve upon. And so I created a template for that. I have an example here, but if you want to do a review for the previous month, you would just go to new, and then you would actually click on open. So you can choose the template. So you're going to choose that template here. It's called month year review. Wait for that to load. And then here you would put in the month and the year. So let's say it's the end of March. Let's say it is March 2024 review. What this is automatically going to do for you, there are these fields that are auto-populated. So it's going to show you when you created this. And then in a month from now, that's when you want to revisit your review. So that is going to automatically show up. So you know, okay, I created this review on March 14th, so I want to review it in a month on April 14th. So let's say you wanted to do your month reviews on the 5th of the month, it's going to show you that date so that you can come back and review it. And then once you review it, this is just for your own records. You can check that box to ensure that you've done your review. But it just walks you through different prompts to help you review your month. What went well? What do you want to plan for? So that is your monthly review. Now, if we go back, this is the brain dump section. So this is getting out just anything. It's different from journaling in the sense that journaling is that intentional prompts that you're working through to get through difficult emotions, to identify things you're grateful for, all those examples I gave. Whereas a brain dump is there's no structure. It's just what's coming up for you. Maybe you want to get out some to-dos. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed and you just want to write things out that are coming up for you. So you would just create a new note. You can open it up. There's no templates here because there's no format. So you can just say, just writing some stuff down, create a title. If there are tags, I created some suggestions here, but you can always create your own tags so that you can organize and filter through things. So you would just create a tag by starting to type, this is a new tag, and then just hit enter, and it shows up there. And this shows you your created time. You can type in your notes. And then on that section in the front page that I showed you before where it said things to remember, this is where that comes from. So if you are writing a note and you're like, oh, I know I want to remember this for later, you check that box and it's going to show up on your front page right here, just writing some stuff down. And then once you've addressed it, you no longer need to remember it. You can just uncheck that box and it comes out of there. So I'm going to go back to the brain dump and just delete that note, but that gives you an idea of how to work through that. And then let's go to the affirmation station. So here are your positive affirmations. And positive affirmations help you to rewire your brain to focus more on the positive, because especially when you're somebody who's struggling with anxiety, with high functioning anxiety, the tendency is focusing on the negative. So we want to build that muscle of focusing on the positive and these positive reminders. So this is where you can identify an affirmation for this week. So this is the thing, the block, I guess you would say, that's connected to the front page. So once you fill this out here, let's say we want to grab this affirmation and replace it here. Then when we go back to our front page, it's going to show up here. I strive to do my best every day, and that's enough. So let's go back to our affirmation station. I'm going to replace that affirmation just with this one. But here I have some suggestions for affirmations. I have my positive affirmations for overachievers video podcast episode that I did. And so this is something you can make your own. You can make your own list. You can make multiple lists. Maybe you want to make affirmations for confidence, affirmations for overthinking, whatever it is. You can come in here and customize this list for yourself. And this is just a space to keep these things organized and to make it your own. So now let's go back to our Calm Hub and to our mindfulness page. So this is all about mindfulness practices, which is the present moment awareness. And I have my calming meditation for overachievers here that you can check out. And I also have my suggestions for meditation apps. And then down here is really the bread and butter, the bulk of this page, which are the mindfulness practices. I know a lot of people have difficulty when it comes to practicing mindfulness. They don't know where to start, what to do. So I provided a lot of different suggestions here that you can practice and try for yourself. I list what they are each helpful for. So let's say you're wanting a mood booster. Okay, maybe you want to do mindful walking. You want to open that up. And then it tells you what is useful for, and then the step-by-step instructions for how to practice. So that's included for each of these. So you can maybe make an intention to try a new mindfulness practice each week, and then go in and walk through these instructions and practice this and see what you notice from doing that. So you can also list what your thoughts are here. It's basically a checkbox, but let's say if you decide you tried progressive muscle relaxation and it's a favorite, you click here, then that's going to filter to the top so you have your favorite up top there. Maybe it was just helpful, then that's going to filter underneath that. And then the dislikes are going to go to the bottom. So you can also customize this as well, but that's just an idea to give you a sense of what you've tried, what you liked, what you didn't like. So now if we go back to our Calm Hub, and our last space is Calmly Coping. So the name of my podcast, but also this is where our coping skills are held. So this section here is linked to that front page I talked about before. So these are your go-to coping skills. And I have plenty of examples here for different categories that you can select. And if there is a relevant space in the dashboard, I've linked to it so you can go directly to journaling underneath journaling there. And I also have a coping skills PDF here with tons more ideas for how to cope. And then, of course, my links to the Calmly Coping podcast that I actually have embedded here. So there are plenty of tools for you to use. So let's say if you identify, okay, my go-to coping skills are journaling, meditation, and nature walks. Then you're going to update that here. And when you go to your main page, it's going to show up here. And this is something that you can update, change as needed. You can be more specific if you want to, but it's all about customizing this for you and making it personal. I'm going to put it back here to 1, 2, and 3. So I really hope that you enjoyed my walkthrough of this dashboard. I am actually making this dashboard available for a limited time to members, so current members and new members who are joining the Calm and Ambitious community. This is my monthly membership community for high achievers struggling with high functioning anxiety, where we have community, education, and support and accountability to help you to feel calm from within while still striving for your goals as a high achiever. So this is going to be available through April 5th, 2024. And then after that, it's not going to be available through the community. It might be something that I sell separately. I'm not sure. If I do decide that, I will update the details below this video. However, this resource alone is probably worth way more than just the cost of joining the membership. So you're going to be getting a huge bang for your buck just for getting this resource if you decide to join us in the community. I'll leave a link to the community and where you can get more details about it and join us below. And thank you so much for joining me through this walkthrough. Notion is a tool that I personally use to organize pretty much my entire life. It's been in the back of my mind to create a dashboard like this for a while. So if you do check this out, I would love to hear your thoughts. Even if you're not checking it out and you're just watching this video, I'd love to hear what you think of this dashboard. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, be calm.